This episode of Crappy Hour is brought to you by Virgin Voyages. Thanks, Virgin.
Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys.
Well, hello and welcome to Crappy Hour. I'm Ronnie. That is Ben over there. Hi, Ben.
Hi, how's it going?
Dad. How you doing today, baby?
I'm doing quite well. But you know what though? I feel like should we sizzle up this look a little bit? Oh yeah, look at that beautiful blue background.
Yeah, we were
so
just doing
nice.
our other live thing for the day and had to have a black background. So here we go. Let's get some color back into it. I'm gonna make our faces bigger. What do you think of that? Oh yes.
Whoa, going wild today.
Giant-faced men. How is everybody today? Ben, welcome back from vacation, okay?
Thank you. I love that we had all this time off, and today we've been working. This is our fourth thing because we did Potomac and Marriage and Medicine, and then we did Amazon, and now we're doing this.
Yes.
So we're diving into this week. Oh, it is the biggest shopping moment of all time. I forgot. I was going to tell you.
Ben.
I forgot, Ronnie. I was gonna do this right now. I may have to go back to the wide view to have as much space on the.
Here,
hold on.
go ahead. Take it, baby.
We're just
Take
gonna
it.
get a
I'll
little wide.
remove.
No, you don't have to remove yourself. I actually would like you to stay because something arrived, and perhaps it's appropriate for a toddler. It's a copy of The Rumors and the Nastiness, a new board game by Meredith Marks.
The nastiness, my Meredith
Rumors-
Marks.
Actually, what's funny, look at how The Rumors is spelled. It's spelled with a umlaut.
Lumos
got
and
umlaut. So
nastiness.
Shall we do an unboxing?
Sure, unbox that
Okay.
sucker. Get it ready to
So
go.
there's-
So for those of you
Okay.
just listening, Ben just got a big box in the mail. It's pink, okay? It's a big pink box, and he's now opening it with scissors.
With scissors. It says on the front, it's the Meredith Marks limited edition. This is the limited edition, and it's a very good game. You will not fall asleep, so you'll always know exactly how this game will end, unlike certain feature films that I may have watched on an airplane. Okay, the plastic is coming off. It's a very nice box. You guys know I play a lot of board games, so I appreciate good quality. I'm going to take off the Rumors and Nastiness band that is holding it. My fear is that it's going to have like some perfume smell. Do you think it won't have a perfume
No,
smell? will
there
it?
won't be a perfume smell in there. Someone says, does it come with caviar?
Now that would
Little
be good.
caviar moving around the board.
I figured out how to open it. Ready?
Oh, is it a
Rumors
hinged
and
box?
nastiness.
It's a hinged box. How nice. Wow, get fancy.
Okay, the inside says, "Is it a rumor or the nasty truth?" That's that line in the box. So what we have here, we have a series. There we go. Here are the rules. We have a series of shot glasses. This is basically a shot glass kit. We have some dry erase markers, perfect for a toddler who doesn't want to stain his clothes. And we do have a caviar situation here. But I don't think this is actual caviar. It says it's caviar is best served with a side of chaos. This isn't caviar. Imagine if she just sent caviar in an unrefrigerated box.
Nice room temperature caviar.
Oh my God, it's not. These are questions that you can ask people. Oh, okay. So I
Questions.
will
Is it
play
waterproof
this.
so you can play in the bath?
That would be very smart. So we have, I guess, some are rumors and some are nasty. This is actually a very well produced game. It looks like it's more of a party game. Let's see. Okay. Here's a question. It says, "Is this a rumor or a nasty truth?" Circle 1. Gossip coaster. Okay. Well, I will learn the rules to this. I will report back. I will see if I can play it. My board game friends are going to be like, "What the hell is this? What is this?" But I'm determined to get this to the table. I will report back. Thank you the Marks family for sending me this lovely board game. So that's it.
Wow,
everyone.
the
That's what we're
entire
sending you.
family sent it. Well, that is something.
They all put it in the mailbox together. They each put a hand on it and we're like, send it off to Ben.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty nice gift. I was also given a great gift this Thanksgiving weekend, and that was gossip from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which I'm finally getting caught up on. I'm on like episode 4 of the new season, and Jesse and Demi are at it. Have you been following any of this?
I know that there was something with the Fruit Loops that came back or whatever.
Fruity
Can you
Pebbles.
Tell me. Fruity Pebbles.
So, yeah, they've been going at it. You know, Demi is going on posts calling, Jesse thirsty. Both of them are questionable, if you ask me. And my niece was watching some of this with me, and she was watching some of the Instagrams with me, and she said, so wait a minute. So both of them have been cheating on their husbands with some other guy, but now they're fighting over who actually had sex with the guy. I said, yeah, basically. Basically. So they've been fighting back and forth. A lot of you have been following that and know all the little dirty details. But Jesse came on and was like, okay, guys, well, just so you know, the whole Fruity Pebbles storyline was because her old man Brett, which I like that they're calling him Old Man Brett now. She said, old man Brett loves to drink her pee. He drinks it by the gallon. Yeah, and that's what we call Fruity Pebbles. So there you go. Have fun with that, Demi. And then everyone's like, oh my God, Fruity Pebbles was pee the whole time? Which, listen, as someone who loves Fruity Pebbles, is Fruity Pebbles going to sue these women? Because they should. Like, I don't want to eat Fruity Pebbles now, thinking of Brett drinking Demi's pee. I mean, listen, do whatever you'd like to, but why do you have to involve my favorite cereal? Is Cocoa Pebbles next? Leave Cocoa Pebbles alone. It's a lot.
This does seem to be a bit of a brand crisis. I do agree. If your brand is being put out there as slang for urine, not a great look, especially if your brand is an edible brand like Fruity Pebbles. So that's not great. Yeah. It's an issue.
And Demi's response was to do some like kind of PR written or ChatGPT written response. It was like, my husband and I's personal private sex life being exposed on the national television is quite a choice and a disaster. You know, she goes through this whole victim thing. I'm like, babe, you're exposing this other girl on national TV. Like, we ain't going to cry for you. But listen, I'm not crying for anybody on that show, especially Demi or Jesse, because Jesse's kind of the hero this season, even though she kind of cheated on her husband and somehow we're all rooting for her. But I will not forget, Jessie is the one who's always trying to get people to sin on that show. She's the one who's always like, you want to drink? You want to drink? Come on, have a drink in the hot tub. She's always, and she was Demi's friend, so I think she was just as messy. But man, I'm loving watching that show because as usual, they are just stabbing each other in the back and just giving the biggest, fakest, sweetest religious smiles as they do it. It's a creepy show, and I love every creep on it. Every single one of them. I love.
Speaking of which, as long as we're talking about that, I went to look to see where Whitney landed on Dancing with the Stars because I know she made it really far. Guess where Whitney is going to next? Chicago. The actual musical Chicago. Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is going to play Roxy Hart. So there you go, everyone. That's 2 hours. That news broke 2 hours ago, right there. So. The name on everybody's lips is Joseph Smith.
Yeah, I think it's time to just close it. I mean, you know, Whitney's kind of a dick too. I mean, Whitney's whole thing, last season, she worked so hard to get back on that show. And then this year, the show opens with them saying, yeah, Whitney won't come because she was demanding like a role in a scripted show and more money than, I think it wasn't even about money. It was like she wanted a role in a show and all this other stuff. I mean, you know, you can't blame a girl for asking, but I don't know.
Wow.
I think she's riding high and good for her. You know, she got to go on Dancing with the Stars. She did really well on that show too.
Yeah.
And she gets to go on Chicago, but those are all kind of like dead end things. You know what I mean? Dancing with the Stars,
Well,
that role in Chicago.
you know,
it's like,
no, Dance with the Stars is having a resurgence. It was the largest primetime audience since the Friends finale, the Dance with the Stars finale, which I don't know why.
wow,
This
really?
is the thing, but apparently
That's
Dancing with the
huge
Stars
because that was a different time too, you know?
Yeah, Dancing with the Stars has been leaning more into TikTok users, which is what these girls are also, and so it's really powered the ratings. Dylan Efron, formerly of Traders, so he's relevant to our world. He was also on it. He also made it very far, which is probably because he's like super hot. So people were like, oh, let's just see him. They just have him shirtless every single week. But Robert Irwin won. And I saw the first week, and Robert Irwin was so good. And I was really also happy that Andy Richter made it really far. But I fell off after the first week. I tried to watch more of it. But, life happens, guys. Fruity Pebbles happen, guys, and you just can't keep up with Dancing with the Stars. But
so people are telling us she's also going to be in some kind of a TV movie or something. She should be on Broadway. Okay. So, yeah, I guess mostly people are behind Whitney, so that's good. I don't really care. I don't hate Whitney anymore because I think she had a good season of apologizing last season. Season 2, where she just like sucked it up, good. And that's on these shows. That's big. That's hard to do, to spend an entire season sucking up to people that you probably really hate, So, good for her. I wish her the best. Okay. So next up, the big news, I think, this week has been the Kandi and Todd divorce. Kandi and Todd from Real Housewives of Atlanta announced that they are donezo. They're done. I saw a clip of her Amazon Live, and she was saying, y'all, this has been going on for a long time. I know I don't cry a lot, but I have cried. She was doing that whole thing. And she said it's been in the works for a long time. I suspected it when the restaurant started closing because Blaze closed, OLG closed, and those are all Todd's babies. And I knew that once those started closing, Kandi was getting sick of paying for his constant and utter failure. So, I guess she decided to get rid of him, which is good. Good for her.
I mean, when they closed, how about when they opened? He just started spending all of her money. We always said so. But there was like one season where I think we were on Todd's side early on when we thought like it was cute and Mama Joyce was being so mean to him. And we're like, oh my God, but he's so cute and they like each other. It was not right. Mama Joyce was right all along. As Brittany Beauchamp in the comments says, Mama Joyce was 100% correct. And the thing is this, the audience came to Mama Joyce's side pretty quickly. Like it became pretty obvious that Todd had no business sense and was just spending her money left and right doing this like garbage projects like Todd Tucker Presents The Pass or Blaze or all these restaurants or that. You remember the Mexican restaurant, he just kept on spending her money and then he would like go off to the strip clubs. And I know strip club culture is different in Atlanta and everything, but like there just was a sense that he was just a user and he was a dick to her and he made her feel bad for going out and working. I'm like, where do you think your money's coming from? I guarantee it's not coming from Blaze.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Glad he's gone. As Jamie Patel is pointing out in the comments, as Aunt Bertha once said, I think this was a scheme set up by Todd to bring the bullshit. And I would agree. I'm glad to see Todd out of there. Now, Todd is not going to go easy, unfortunately. They just spent Thanksgiving together for the family, with her family. And everything seemed like, oh, wow, maybe this will go peacefully. I didn't think so. And sure enough, Monday after Thanksgiving, he drops the bomb that he is demanding primary custody and questioning the prenuptial agreement. So Todd wants full custody. Gee, I wonder if it's because he'll get child support for that. And he's questioning that prenup, which is hilarious. Do you think Candy's an idiot? I mean, she was dumb enough to marry you, but I think even Kandi knew who she was marrying. He's not going to get away with that. What do you think?
What? Well, first of all, happy birthday to Debbie, who's spending her 70th birthday with us right now. Happy birthday. I think, like, what money has Todd brought to this relationship that he could possibly say he is owed? I don't think so. No, he is a total user. I mean, no. And he wants full custody. Why, in what world is Kandi not a fit mother? She's got like she has this enormous family behind her, and they all take care of each other. We've seen it through the years. We've seen how great Riley has turned out. Okay, she's like a star on Next Gen New York City. She's a lovely young woman who pays for assholes bar tabs with Apple Pay. So, like, why would you ever? I don't like honestly. And Kayla seems very nice as well too. But like, if we're gonna look at the scoreboard, I'm going with Team Riley on this one. I don't care. I'll say it. I'm going with Team Riley in terms of that. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm not giving Todd full custody.
Well, according to Us Magazine, which is where I'm getting these quotes, Tucker, 52, noted Burris's work obligations will continue to require her to be away from the children for at least the next several months. As he pleaded for primary custody, his filing noted, the parties have been working cooperatively in an effort to resolve all issues, blah, blah, blah. I want to get to the prenup. Apparently, he is saying that this prenup was filed under duress. It was signed under duress. Now, anybody who saw their show about their wedding, which I did, I watched all episodes of that, and that was not under duress, okay? You had plenty of time. You knew what you were doing. There couldn't have been too much shock that you had to sign a prenup when you were marrying Kandi. You lazy bastard. Go to work. Get a job. You lazy. And it's so great that Todd has that little shame that he is just becoming what everybody predicted he was going to be right from the beginning. You know, do you think it's him just saying like, well, everybody always called me a lazy piece of shit with no talent and no work ambition, and now I'm just going to do it? Is he going the Aaron Pfeiffer's way?
All I've got to say is note that this did not happen while she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And now suddenly, you know, like suddenly now that the cameras are off, like, you know, this is all falling apart. And I'm not saying this is even Kandi's fault, even though I think you told me earlier today that she was the one who filed for it. I'm just saying he probably was being performative. I base this on nothing, just on like observation watching the show. He was probably being performative so he could be on the show. And then when the show's not there anymore, he's like, I'm out of here. And he starts being a dick. Remember when he bought that whole condo in like New Jersey? And he's like, yeah, this is where I can stay when I'm up in New York. Like, which was so obviously like a really weird choice that he didn't clue Kandi into it. It felt kind of like a fuck pad. Like, I don't know. And you know, also like, you know, when I mentioned Riley and Kayla before, like that was kind of mean, but it's more like Todd is so mean to Kayla. I'm sorry. He really is. And he's like a very strict parent. And, you know, we always joke about how, you know, parents be like, oh, you know what, like kids want too much, blah, 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 blah. But what I'm saying is, Riley, like the Kandi's method turned out very, very well. And Riley has really blossomed to be a wonderful person. And I just don't know why you would feel the need to just remove the children from Kandi entirely. That's just absolutely crazy. I don't know. I do not.
I guess what he's saying is that he wants primary custody because she's going to be out of town all the time and she won't be able to make the primary decisions because she won't be there enough. So now he's mad that she's working too much. Well, I'm sure trying to get her money as well.
Where's he going to be?
Which he's going to get by working. So she's going to get by working on him. So, yeah, that guy's a fucking loser.
So Kandi's gonna be out of town all this time. So why did he buy that condo then in New York? Is that just for, you know, Architectural Digest? Like, you're gonna be out of town too.
Well, obviously not, because we saw the condo. That is no Architectural Digest.
He will be traveling all over as well. No, I'm sorry. I don't believe in any of this. I think that I'm Team Kandi all the way to the end, and I think that Kandi seems like a great person. I think Riley seems like a wonderful person. I think Kayla seems like a wonderful person. The only one here who is a loser is Todd. And sorry, not backing you on this one.
Yeah, that is loser behavior, sir. So terrible luck to you. Terrible luck to you.
Yeah, terrible, terrible luck to Todd Tucker. Don't want to hear it anymore from him. Enough. Shut up, Mountain, for Todd Tucker.
I think someone else who's really embracing their villainy is Leah McSweeney. Why are we still talking about Leah McSweeney? I don't know. I usually don't. I'll usually pass up a Leah McSweeney story because she's obnoxious as hell. But she did post this. I'm going to put this up on the screen so people can see it. Share screen, share my window, share this one with the evil on it. This is Leah McSweeney. She, Real Housewives of New York alum Leah McSweeney mocks, hold on, let me not sign in with Google, mocks detractors and defiantly takes credit for the show's demise. She posted a picture of herself in like, I don't know, what is this? Like a little mini skirt and a bikini top, bending over in a limo and then biting her thumb and looking sexily in the camera with messy hair. And it says, just a baddie that ruined your favorite franchise, Blackhearts.
Yeah. You know, it still seemed to be happy to benefit from that, though, huh? It seemed to be happy to benefit from that franchise. Dang, Leah's such a disappointment. She just always is. I mean, her first season was so entertaining for me. I know that she was like shit-faced and she like that is an issue for her, and I get that. But she did have a real supreme knack for kind of calling things out. She was entertaining, not just because she was drunk all the time and crazy. And it's a real shame that had a spectacular flop. One of the biggest flops in Housewives history, like to go from her first season to her second season.
But she even took away
happened.
the joy in like drunk ladies on Real Housewives of New York with her whole stunt of like, they made me drink and they're the reason they put me in a bad situation knowing I'm an alcoholic and made me drink. This is Real Housewives of New York, madame. You cannot take down a whole show because you can't. First of all, you started drinking before we don't even need to go back there. But they made a lot of what was fun about. She made a lot of what was fun about that show no longer fun. Please leave us alone. Please. We've had enough of you.
Yeah.
Be gone.
Be gone. You know, it's so funny. I was telling you this before about how last night, for no good reason, I went on to Blue Sky and I posted my top 25 housewives who are cast from season 5 or later. I don't know why. I decided to make a listicle and I decided to put it on Blue Sky of all places. So I did. And I was struggling because there was a part of me that really wanted to put Leah McSweeney on there because her first season was so tremendous. And I was like, I want to put her on there like that. I don't want to erase that because it was so good. But then she was so bad. Actually, she wasn't even, honestly, even her second season, she was lame, but she wasn't as bad as other people are. But I think it's sort of just like, when I think of the second season, I just think of sort of that attached to everything that followed. And it's just kind of like such a disappointment. Like, she could have been one of the great ones. She really could have.
Didn't we almost have it all?
I know.
And you
But
ruined
you know what
it.
though? I'm never
You ruined
gonna
it, yeah.
forget the tiki torches in the backyard. I mean, that's one thing we will always have that. And we'll always be able to enjoy that.
She had some classic moments, but she also had Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, as was pointed out here in the comments. And that was really when she just crashed and burned.
Yeah, although she even had good moments in that. I remember when there was that scene where she was sitting at dinner and she was just being a big baby, but she was also like annoying everyone in a way that was like very funny to me. She was like, "Ugh, you guys just like yapping on and on and on." And then like Alexia got so mad at her, right? Wasn't Alexia like, "That's like really rude. I'm telling a story." She had moments, but yeah, ultimately obviously we all know she sucks. It's just, I get sad. I get sad when I see potential go down the drain.
Yeah. So what do you want to talk about today, Ben?
Well, as long as we're talking about stuff, this is actually slightly older now because it broke the day after our last one.
I like that segue. As long as we're talking about stuff.
As long as we're talking about like big scandals, one thing that we really have not gotten to talk about is the Mia Thornton saga that's unfolding down in the South, which is that she got arrested like the day after our last not BravoCon, but Crappy Hour. I was so mad. She got arrested. So everyone knows about this by now, but she got arrested for stealing the furniture in a was it an Airbnb she was in from a rental? I'm like, God, oh, she's a messy one. She's a real
And the
messy
body
one.
cam footage, we got body cam footage from this one. And, she's crying and stuff. And no one even had money to get her out. I mean, it was $2,500. And I think she was in there for a long time. I mean, she was in there for days, if not a week, at least.
Where was Ink?
Broke.
He was like
trying to sell
put
a
the bail
couch,
up.
probably.
Ink's like trying to put the bail money on the counter. Like, guys, I got it. Can someone just give me an apple crate? Come on.
Yeah. And then she was posting on her Instagram when she got out, obviously, herself in like ball gowns and black and white photos, being like, strength. I am all about strength and grace and class. And like, girl, you stole a couch from an Airbnb. That's why you went to jail and you couldn't even afford to get out of there. What the hell is going on with you? What is going on? And then she said her guy had the furniture in storage somewhere, and so she didn't know how to get it. And how much do you even make from stolen Airbnb furniture? Good Lord, man.
I don't know. But poor Mia, she went from the joint to the joint. It's a sad saga.
The joint chiropractic to just the joint.
Just the joint. Just the joint.
Bless her tart little heart.
But I would say, like, we had these scandals come through Bravo fairly regularly. And this is the first time we've seen stolen furniture from an Airbnb. It's actually sad. It's actually like such a
It
sad
is
story
really sad because, one of the other headlines is Mia Thornton sued for eviction over unpaid rent weeks before airport arrest. So, look, nobody wants to, especially in the times we're living in. It's not like, ha, you're poor.
Yeah.
But, girl, stealing the furniture from your Airbnb and then putting it in your boyfriend's U-Haul rental is
even blame it on
pretty
Jacqueline?
bad.
Come on.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, Mia.
Yeah,
So,
it's bad, but it's also just like, but like if you take away like the real world sadness of it, which is very sad, because like it's clear that like I think we all had that sense that like once she was off of Potomac, like this was gonna be her thing, and then it was gonna be a very sad like post fame crush for her. But if you take away that depressing element of it, there's like that. Sometimes like Real Housewives crimes sometimes are so bonkers.
yeah, really, but it's crazy that that's the third person on Potomac to be in that kind of trouble recently, because you had Karen, then you have Wendy, who has not been convicted or tried yet, but that's not looking good. And then you've got Mia. And I think that out of all of those, I guess they're all kind of stupid. They're all stupid crimes. They're all stupid. DUI is just stupid, and especially your fourth. That's just dumb. Wendy's was like the worst faked robbery ever, so that was really stupid. And then this one, stealing furniture, but this is the stupidest and the saddest.
Yeah. Well, the good news is instead of focusing on all the people who are going to jail, why don't we spread some holiday cheer around for the people who are coming out of jail? Because guess what? We are 9 days away from J-Day. Jen Shaw. We knew
Wow.
it.
She is getting shalised.
I think I could swear we made a bet on one of the crappy hours or one of the episodes about when Jen Shaw is going to be released. Or maybe it was Karen.
I think I said 2 years,
that.
but I was wrong, right? Because it's been longer than 2 years. Has it been longer than 2 years? I think my guess was 2 years.
I think it's been about 2 years. But if someone could find that in the archives, I would love to see where we actually landed with that. Because J-Day is arriving on us for us. She's getting out of jail. I don't think that she's going back to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but crazier things have happened.
I won
bring back
because
people.
I said she'd be out in 2 years, and she started her sentence on February 17th, 2023. Thank you. Wait, so does that make me late? So wait.
I seem to remember.
No, so I am late, right? Yeah, I'm late. Never mind. I didn't win shit.
I don't want to be like this, Ronnie, but I seem to remember in this case, I actually felt like I feel like I came in under you. I feel like I said that it was going to be within 2 years. I have a vague memory. That's why we need people to look this up for us.
Alas, it was longer than 2 years, so I still lost. But that's pretty crazy. She's going to be back. Do you think she's going to be back on the show?
I don't think so, but I would not put it past Whitney to shoot a scene with her where she's like, yeah, I met with Jen because I needed to clear things up. I needed to get closure, and I believe in forgiveness. So even though she tried to drown me in a pond one time.
Theoretically. Well, she wouldn't know that word.
So I think Whitney would do it, but I don't think Andy likes Jen Shaw, and I don't think that he wants her on the show. The show has thrived without her.
I don't know that it's really Andy's choice, he's a producer, but I don't think he's like he said himself that he's not the, final voice over there. So I don't know. And then they were introducing Frances, or not introducing her, but they were talking to Frances in some article, which I didn't link today. I'm just thinking of what I read this week. But, Frances, who's the head of the chairman of Bravo, and we met her at BravoCon. Ben and Frances are besties now. But Frances was in an article, and they were interviewing her about who she would bring back. And she basically said everybody who's been fired. She's like, sure, but yep, I'd bring them back. Love her too. She's great too. Nene, sure, bring her back. She loves everybody.
Right. The headline literally says, Bravo boss Frances Berwick on the joy of BravoCon, and who can be forgiven by the network, Karen Huger, and who can't, Jen Shaw, probably.
Well, but read it, because I don't think she said. I think she said, maybe. Frances was in a good mood whenever they got Frances. First of all, I'd never heard of Frances being in an interview before. So I like that somebody got an interview with her. And I love that she's just so like laissez-faire. She's like, yeah, sure, bring them back. Bring them all back. Love them all. I'll take them.
I think, I mean, Jen being an active scammer is, or having been an active scammer is really bad. And I guess people are saying in the comments that someone once scammed Andy Cohen. So he may have a real axe to grind about this.
That's true, because the same thing happened to him has almost happened to me. Thank God I have a Ben in my life. You know what? Andy needs a Ben, because remember that day I called you and I was like, oh my God, someone's trying to get into my Google account. I'm freaking out. I'm on with customer service at Google and they're telling me, they're sending me a new a new number and I have to send it to them. And you're like, I don't know. I'm like, this sounds fishy. I don't think I should give it to him. And you're like, Ronnie, I don't think there is a customer service at Google. Like, they're not. I'm like, but they called me and I did a reverse lookup on their number and it said Google. And you're like, Ronnie, Google does not call you. He said, this is a scam. And I was like, I think it's a scam too, but I'm not sure yet. Should I do it? I'm so scared. They have my crypto. They have everything, Ben. Like, they could see everything that was on my, my passwords, all the places that I had passwords to. And I was like, oh my God, it's really them. How else would they know? Because they broke into your account, you stupid dick.
Yeah.
That's how.
It's really, scammers are hard. I mean, we've all been scammed. We all like to think we're smart about it. And in fact, there was just an article in the New York Times over the weekend. This guy wrote about being scammed and he goes, I write about scams for a living. I am aware of every scam in the book. I've been writing about scams for 20 years. I know them all and I still just got scammed. So, like, it happens to all of us.
They're getting really good at it. But, Jen is the lowest of the low because she purposely went after the
easy targets.
The easiest, like the saddest people, the brokest people, the old people who are living on their pensions, etc. So, we don't have to like go on and on about how shitty she was because we've done that for years. But yeah, I really hope Bravo doesn't stoop that low. Although I do watch Bravo because they do stoop that low. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did. My prediction is her ass will be back. But I hope that I'm wrong.
By the way, what was so funny was when you were actively getting scammed, I did think it was so interesting that when you put them on speaker for me, I heard in the background, but what about me? But what about me?
I need your Google password. What about me? Little did they know that's the password.
But you know what, though? Okay. Cynically speaking, people have committed all sorts of crimes and still wound up back on reality TV. Like, it's one of the blights of the genre, unfortunately. As much as I'm a proponent of reality TV and Real Housewives, whatever, this is something that happens. And you can, and producers will always sort of write it up by saying, but we're interested in telling human experiences. Like, even if someone committed a crime, we want to see what's it like after you've like been in jail and now like have to navigate back with your friends. They'll come up with something like that. So even if you decide to take the cynical approach of like bring Jen back for some scenes, the problem is that like Jen is ultimately like not a compelling Real Housewife, and she never has been. There have been some times where she's been sort of interesting. The season when everything crumbled for season 2 was truly like, I still think that's probably the number 2 best season that Salt Lake ever had.
Which one?
Season 2 when she got arrested. But like, I don't think that it's because she was so interesting. She had some interesting moments, and like there were times like where I could sort of enjoy Jen Shah when she was sort of being more real and jokey or whatever. But ultimately, she was like one of these people who wanted to be on TV, and it showed. There was not that authenticity, and the group really has its own chemistry right now that's really strong. And I think that Jen Shah the show's moved on past her, and I think Bravo's moved past her. I don't think that she should be back.
Yeah, I agree. And I didn't like her on the show. I thought she was obnoxious and too much and just an asshole and a faker. So I was glad to see her get arrested for that, because I would like to see people get arrested for just being bad housewives, because I feel like it's a crime.
So get ready, Peggy. Both Peggy's from Orange County.
Get ready. Most of the OC that they brought on over the years, Lydia, we could throw on that burning heap.
I have
Lydia
some weird
sucked.
soft spot for Lydia. I don't know what it is.
She
I always
sucked.
feel like Lydia could have been better. She just always got stuck on a bad season.
Nah, she sucked.
We could talk about Kelly Dodd and the voicemail she left for her daughter. That was a real
my
charming one.
God, Did you watch that?
I watched it. Did you watch it?
The video? Of course I did. I played it at Thanksgiving canasta for the whole family. I was like, you guys got to hear this. Because listen, if you're going to keep me holed up for 3 days playing canasta, you're going to have to hear my Instagrams or my TikToks. And that was one of them. Who was the girl that was playing it? It wasn't even Jolie,
That was
right?
Jolie.
No.
That was Jolie.
Wasn't it one of her friends who got the voicemail and then she leaked the voicemail? Or was it actually Jolie? Because I didn't recognize Jolie.
That was, she's grown up. She's a young lady now.
Well, okay, so it was Kelly Dodd, and it was a voicemail. It was very Alec Baldwin. You know Alec Baldwin's voicemail to his kid when he's like, "You little pig," or whatever he called her. Quiet piggy, which was another thing that happened during our break. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked there. I got into politics. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, so
People
it was very
Jolie's friend, by the way. Some people are saying it was
I didn't
Jolie's
think
friend.
it was Jolie. Yeah, so I guess Jolie had sent it to her friend, and her friend just sat there with her vape, like smoking her vape and playing the phone. And so the voicemail was just very Kelly. It's like, you little twerp, you're disgusting. You're disgusting. And you think you can say things about me? Well, you better watch it, because I've got recordings of you, and I can release those recordings of you. You spoiled, terrible little girl. I'm surprised she didn't call her a little bitch. That was my only shock, was that she wasn't like completely cursing her out, but it was pretty bad. But also very Kelly.
Right? Yeah, I think she said, if you think you're going to do that, if you think you're going to take Michael's side after he treated you like garbage, you are dumb as fuck. She said something like that. You're a dumb fuck if you think that. Like, she really, that's what you call some therapist child getting put to getting paid college tuition paid for, because that was.
And you think, like, look at all I've paid for you. I've paid for your classes. I've paid for you to go to the doctor. I'm like, wow, you paid for your own daughter to go to the doctor?
I know.
Mother Teresa over there.
I know. Standard fare.
I like this comment by Jennifer. It says her friend was sent it by Kelly because Jolie blocked her. So Kelly was sending this voicemail to a friend to play for Jolie to tell her off because Jolie blocked her. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's
yikes.
It's a sad situation, and also what's also really sad is that when we saw them on the show, they actually had such a lovely relationship, or that's what it seemed like. So it makes me actually really sad for both of them. And I feel you don't feel sad that relationship fell apart.
No, not at all. It's vile. I'm glad for Jolie for sticking up for herself. If you've got a mom who's talking to you like that, that's crazy.
That. I'm saying that they used to have a nice. Like they had a nice relationship, and then now it's like this. I think that the fact that it went from that to this is sad. I'm not saying like, oh, poor Kelly Dodd right now. I'm just saying that the fact that it has fallen apart like that is too bad, because we saw that girl growing up a little bit.
Yeah, because I see comments here that say she reposted a blogger who called Jolie a bitch. She mentioned that Jolie had a mental illness. Yeah, she said something like, you're a sick girl with mental illness or something like that.
Yeah, she said that. Yeah.
But Kelly's been going through it with her whole family. I mean, she was going through it with her brother. Her brother's been on Instagram making all sorts of, accusations against her. I saw another video of her the other day saying, my brother is sick. He is cuckoo. He is loco in the head. You believe him? You believe him? Do not believe crazy people. So I don't know. That's just a mess. It's just,
it's a huge
that whole thing is a mess.
Yeah. But let's go on to something lighter and funnier. Actually, not funnier, but it's just at least lighter. Jenna Lyons leaving RHONY. I guess we knew that was going to happen. There's no shock there. She's like,
the only person shocked was Jenna. I think that Jenna, and I don't even think Jenna was so bad on it. I enjoyed Jenna. I think the rumor was, and up until now, that she was going to be back as a friend of, which I thought would make perfect sense. We'd still get a little taste of her, kind of commenting on everything. She wouldn't have to show her life. I'm really interested in her life. Cass, the woman she's dating, is a photographer, and we've heard Jenna say on camera, she can't come on camera because she'll get canceled. Like, she knows she'll get canceled just because of the shit spewing out of her mouth. I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see.
I know. And so I think she even says, I was invited to be a friend of, and I turned it down. I think she should have been, friend of would have been a good role for her. Like, I think we've seen some people who have been who've really flourished in the friend of role. I think Cynthia Bailey has done very nicely as a friend of. I actually like Vicky Gunvalson as a friend of. There are various others I can't remember, but well, obviously, like half the cast of Miami has been turned into a friend of, and they're great in that role. So I think Jenna would have been good. And I've always said, like, I remember the show that she had, Stylish, with Jenna Lyons, that was on HBO Max back during the Jennifer Tilly during the pandemic. It was a great show that really highlighted her quirky personality. She was like, it was like the promise of Carol Radziwill came to fruition with Jenna Lyons. But I think as a full-fledged housewife, it just was not. Just didn't. It wasn't a great match. I think I really wanted it to happen, to work. It just didn't. But
but you know what? They're really trying. They're redoing that show again. They're rebooting the reboot. They're only keeping 3 housewives. They're keeping Jessel, Sai, and Aaron. Which, I mean, Jessel. Stop it, Jessel. Like, why are you keeping half the terrible parts of it? Just if you're going to start over, just start over, for Christ's sake.
Well, I would keep Jessel 100%. I think Jessel was the best thing to come out of the reboot because she has that like delusion, and she says dumb things. And I think Jessel was a great find. Aaron, I think actually Sai had a strong second season because I thought first season
she had a better second season. Yeah, she had a better second season. She did.
I just am concerned about Aaron. I don't know if Aaron is like, I don't know if she's entertaining enough. Like, I don't know. It's like, she seems like a nice person, maybe.
Aaron?
Babe the Babe was fun. I like Babe the Babe in terms of when we met.
She seemed nice. Look, I've talked to both Aaron and the husband at length about stuff I said during their first season. And, they were cool. They were nice. We had a good conversation. But I still watched the second season and was like, I mean, still, though, come on. I just need funnier people. I need funnier people. That's it. It's not even anything personal against her. I don't know her that well as a person. But just I need funnier, wackier people. I don't need boring, I'm in real estate. My business is called Home Girl. Get it? Do you get it? Do you?
Wait, Ronnie, don't say that to the person who introduced mezcal to America. I think she's not really campy enough, and she's not diluted enough, and she's not like enough of like a villain. So she sort of falls in this weird space, and maybe with a proper ensemble, she can finally like flower. But yeah. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see
no, for me. Well, some happy news. There is a new cast member in Porsha Williams' life. She has come out. She has basically come out as officially bisexual with her new romance girlfriend, Patrice Sway McKinney. So that was true. All those rumors were true about Porsha and someone named Sway. And let me just say, I will put this up here now. I'll put the article from People Magazine up here so you guys can see. Sway cute.
She is cute.
Really cute. And they look very cute together. Yeah.
I like Sway.
Yeah, I do too. I only know her from a picture, but she's pretty cute. Porsha Williams hard launched her new relationship with girlfriend Patrice Sway McKinney on November 28th. The relationship is the first the Real Housewives of Atlanta star has made public since her divorce from Simon. Williams revealed in October that she was talking to 2 people, a man and a woman, and the woman won out, and that is Sway.
Sway. Well,
yeah, Sway is the founder of Encore Salon Suites in Atlanta. Ooh, and I like that she's competing with Kenya and her bustling business. Kenya Moore Hair Care. Yeah.
I do like that. We talked a lot about jail, by the way, and we've overlooked a very important prison story that broke.
Have we?
Yeah, 2 days ago. And I'm surprised that I'm the one who has to bring it to the podcast because, I don't like to have to bring this. I don't like to increase the visibility about certain things. I don't like to shine lights on certain things. But this one comes from the world of McBee Dynasty. And I'm bringing it here to Crappy Hour.
What don't I know about McBee Dynasty?
Masha's going to jail.
What? Masha? What'd Masha do? How did my Google alerts not go off? I have a Google alert for Masha and for Galina. What happened?
Well, Masha Petrova has been ordered to serve 2 days in jail after pleading guilty to speeding.
Oh, come on. That's it.
But to be, I think her defense, I mean, how does she not have this defense? I was racing to get home to save Ginger, my favorite chicken.
I know. I was going to say, did they look in that trunk and see if Ginger's in there? Because I'll bet she was the one who kidnapped Ginger that whole time and tried to pin it on my sweet Galena.
Not Masha. Oh, God. Also, just bought new pan, and I'm afraid that Galena will destroy it. Don't put it in dishwasher. Don't beat it and put dishwasher. I have to race home. I'm sorry. I have to get there as soon as possible.
By the way, I took a picture with the love of my life, Jessie McBee, with Casey from Bitch Sesh Garbage World, and she did not give me the picture. I've asked her on Instagram. She has still not given me the picture. So if anybody knows her, please message her and tell her that I'm dying for this picture. I asked her for Thanksgiving. I said, I need this for Thanksgiving to remind myself of what I'm thankful of. And I still have not received this effing picture, and I'm pissed.
This is what happens when you put your eggs in a McBee basket. Disappointment. You find yourself walking up to them at BravoCon and taking photos. You're so excited that you didn't even think to get it on your own phone. And this is your
that was idiotic of me, but I trusted her. I was like, hey, this is a way that I'm going to show trust in this friendship. I'm going to let Casey be in charge of it. And that was the biggest GD mistake of my life. So someone please tell her I'm pissed and I need the picture immediately.
We will arrange to get that photo to you.
I need it. I'm going to frame it. I'm going to give it to myself for Christmas. He was so cute in his baby blue cowboy suit and matching cowboy hat. What a dream. And I said, Jesse, I love your show. And he said, I don't know why people watch it. We're just such a mess. And I was like, that's why. Love you. That was our interaction.
My experience with the McBee is, aside from the fact that when Galena came walking up to us randomly, like as soon as we walked into that party, Galena walked up like a robot, like, and I was like, oh my God, it's Galena. But I just remember
that wasn't random. She listens to the show. I fucking love Galena. But I want her in my life. I wanted to become best friends with her and be like, hey, hello. I wanted to be like, yes, hey girl, what's going on? What's happening with you today?
But
what do you mean you have to go? You do not want to leave me. You do not want to leave me. And then Bueller goes missing. I'm out in the streets. I'm like, I'm sorry, Galena. I'm sorry, girl, please.
Listen, all I know is that like at one point I turned around and like Cole McBee was like laughing like 2 feet from my face. And I just like imagine his little tiny mouth making that circle and the little teeth coming out of it. And he's like...
Well, not Cole. I wasn't excited about Cole.
He's
like the sequel of Wizard of Oz when all the trees were evil and tried to eat Dorothy.
Jeez, I didn't even know that even happened. I didn't know there was a sequel like that. Mm-hmm. Are you sure not thinking about Poltergeist?
That didn't have trees, did it?
Poltergeist 2 had a tree the original Poltergeist had a tree I think that was very threatening.
Oh, I don't remember that. But I do remember the trees trying to eat Dorothy. So, yeah, he's an evil tree. So let's see what else is happening in this world. Oh, Mauricio Umansky. Oh yeah, Mauricio did a sexy photo shoot in some leather pants. Oh, you know what? Actually, we're nearing the end of this, and we need to start talking to some people soon. So let's skip him.
We got so caught up in it. We got so caught up.
What else happened in here? More important things. Let's go to more important things. So Mary Cosby's son Robert Jr.'s wife files for divorce as he sits in jail following his latest arrest. Oh my goodness. What a mess.
Yeah, that whole situation's so sad. And I do think those two kids probably do need to be like away from each other so that way they can heal. I'm assuming there's some sort of codependency going on there. So I'm happy with this personally.
Yeah, her petition requires that both parties do not harass, intimidate, or disturb the peace of the other party by any means, including electronically. Let's see here. What else does it tell us? It prohibits violence or abuse against the other party or a child. Use the other party's name, likeness, or image to get credit, open an account for service, or obtain a service, cancel or interfere with telephone, blah, blah, blah. They can also not terminate policies of health insurance, homeowners, or rental insurance. God, this is a lot of information in here. Jesus. He's charged with a violation of a pretrial protective order, criminal trespassing, property damage and destruction, assault on a peace officer or military member in uniform, and failure to stop at the command of law enforcement. And he is still in jail. Yikes.
Oh, it makes me very sad. Very, very sad.
Robert was slow to recognize that his marriage was over, his attorney told
Sorry.
people.
I
Just
just
stop
put
it
up the
slow. Sorry, what?
I thought you were done, so I
was.
I put up an image of Cole McBee's mouth to be a palate cleanser.
Poor Cole. What did Cole do?
Cole.
Nothing. Cole didn't do anything but beat up a hill. And look how mean we are to him.
The more you look at it, the more fascinating it becomes.
Just let that boy be. Let that boy McBee. Okay.
Poor Cole.
So what do you want to finish out with? We've got a lot of little stories here we could finish out with. This one's kind of fun. I'm not looking at it anymore. I took it off.
No,
my
I took it
screen.
down. I took it down. I swear, it's safe.
I just hear your evil little laugh over there.
I'm just laughing at the concept of Cole McBee. It's a funny concept.
The concept. In this one, how about we end with a good girl on lady fight? Paige DeSorbo versus Patricia Alstool from Southern Charm. According to Decider, Paige DeSorbo has been activated in a since-deleted Instagram comment under a clip of Decider's recent interview with Patricia. DeSorbo clapped back at the matriarch, who criticized her for leaving Craig Conover despite his wishes to settle down and start a family. I made the comment that I thought she was mean to Craig, and I stand by that. If a man says to you, I want to start a family and have children, you don't say blech and carry on like she did. Dun, dun, dun. And Paige responded in the comments, I'll just get married 4 times instead.
The shade. I mean, I hate that these two women are going at each other. I wish they could get along. But I also do feel very lucky that we got to be just mere 10 feet away from when this feed started, because it started on the Watch What Happens Live where we were bartenders. Yeah, I mean, look, if I think Paige totally has the right to go blech to Craig when he said that stuff, because it's not like the first time he said it. He said it so many times that now Paige has to say increasingly like sort of rude things to get it through his skull that she's not interested in that. Like, I'm sure in the beginning when he said like, it'd be like really cool if we had like a family and kids, it'd be really cool. And she's like, oh, that's like really nice. Like, I'm not sure if I'm like necessarily like looking for that, but like it's something we could definitely talk about. And then by now, like, he's like, so you definitely want to have a family? No. You want to have a family? No. You want to have a family? Ugh, no, Craig, no, I don't want it. It's disgusting. Stop it. Never say it again.
Please stop saying family. Damn it, Craig. So that brings us to the end of the Talkie Talk portion of this episode. We will stay here on YouTube and talk to you guys. Whoever wants to come up here, come. I just posted a link in the comments, so come join us. And for everybody else, we will talk to you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for being here. We love you guys.
Bye.